Alright, hey guys, what's up? Steve Sleepy. Welcome back to the channel, and obviously today we're doing something a little different. Just recently I had one of my riding buddies' wife hit me up and she said, hey, what do you think he would like for Christmas this year? And it kind of hit me like of how hard of a question that is, because riders are picky. They might ride dirt bikes, they might ride sport bikes, they might do adventure touring, they might like certain brands of helmets, they might already have a helmet. There's so many different variables to figure out a good present for a motorcyclist. So I thought about it long and hard, and I kind of came up with 10 options for it, and I thought, you know what? These things that I came up with are universally cool for pretty much any motorcyclist out there. So if you're the wife or a partner or somebody of a motorcyclist and you're not sure what to get, this list could help you out. So let's just get into it. Again, these are just universally cool for pretty much anybody that rides a motorcycle. All right, the first one on our list, and personally I think one of the best presents you can get anybody, motorcyclist or anybody, just for any reason. In fact, I got this as a Christmas present from the one and only Phil Waters of Cleveland Moto fame a couple years ago when he got the whole podcast, a set of these. And when you get it, you're like, wow, they really packed a lot in here. But it is the most useful toolkit for motorcyclists. It has Torx bits, it has screwdriver bits, it has pretty much all the different ratchet sizes you would need with a micro ratchet. I've used it in videos replacing the forks on my bike because it was the only tool I could get in there. So I cannot recommend this enough. It's $27 and it's worth every freaking penny. All right, taking up the number 2 spot, pretty much every person that rides a motorcycle these days usually has action cams, and they're usually recording their rides or doing something like that. And I've found, and pretty much everybody else that does this, always finds that you could always use more accessories. So Amazon and places like that sell accessory packs. So it's just like little things to clip on the bike or help to hold the camera here, or extra sticky mounts and things like that. It's just consumables that when you use a lot of action cameras, you go through. And I can guarantee you, nobody would be unhappy about getting one of those. All right, at number 3, doesn't matter if you ride a dirt bike, a cruiser, a sport bike, an adventure bike, you're probably gonna wanna clean it and polish it. And one of the greatest polishes of all times was called Honda polish, and it seemed to disappear a bunch of years ago. But Dr. Ducati, Mark, found it, and I guess the original maker just puts it out as their product now, and it's called the Original Bike Spirits, and it is an amazing polish. It'll remove bugs when you get back. You can use it on rims, on aluminum, on plastic, on your windscreens, everything. Spray on, leave it on for a few seconds, wipe it off, buff it, and it looks unbelievable. Quick, easy, and helps you protect your bike. In fact, it's so easy to use that you actually use it, which ends up making your bike look a lot nicer. And I think it's $28 for a 3-pack, and that'll last you quite a while. So, great stuff. Nobody's gonna be upset about getting that. All right, coming in number 4, pretty much if you ride and you wear gear, which you should, it's always good to have a base layer. And some base layers can be hot or cold or whatever, but what I've found is Merino wool works both ways. You can wear it in the summer and in the winter. It's moisture wicking, it's antibacterial. It's just great stuff. And I don't see a rider in existence that wouldn't like to see a good set of base layers. So here's a couple options, but again, I mean, there's companies that are specific to motorcycling that make them. I've found that they tend to charge quite a bit more, and a lot of these places that sell the merino wool end up being pretty affordable. And I mean, that stuff is great. You will not go wrong getting merino wool. So that was number 4. All right, coming in at number 5. Again, no matter what you ride, hopefully you're wearing a helmet. And helmets tend to sit around. Sometimes they get bumped off tables, knocked over, you get scratches, you break something, and it sucks because if you have a nice helmet, they're not cheap. But you know what is cheap? Helmet holders that can get it up off a table, off the ground, and they're cheap. And again, any rider would be stoked to get there, have a special place for their helmet to sit on the wall and then not get damaged. And talk about a cheap 2-pack for $20. Who wouldn't like that? All right, coming in at number 6 is one that can be pretty big. It's kind of an ecosystem, but I think any motorcyclist that gets it will fall in love with it pretty quickly. I've used one now for 2 years. Pretty much all my friends are using them, and it is the quad lock system. There are all kinds of variations of it. You could scroll through and kind of see what they have and think of what might work. But again, off-road, on-road, I mean, even track days, guys can use these. That's how secure they are. So quad locks, I'd be stoked to get a set of that. Okay, coming in at number 7 is something that I used a lot when I raced bicycles, but then I also use it now on motorcycles, especially if I'm riding by myself, and it's called Road ID. And it's a bracelet that you get, and it engraves your name, contact information, if you have any allergies to medications, your blood type, etc. Because unfortunately, no matter how much we don't want to think about it, motorcycling can be dangerous. And if you're out by yourself and you go down, there's nobody there to give the paramedics or anybody that's there to help you any information about you. And generally, they're trained to look for some kind of an identification if they can't find anything and you're in serious trouble. And when they find this, it gives them everything they need. Again, it'll give them a contact information, it'll give them blood type, it'll give them any allergens you have. You can basically engrave whatever you want. It's a great option. It's something that we don't like to think about, but if something like that happens, it's really good that the paramedics have that information. All right, coming in at number 8. This is just a great gift for anybody, but it's dry bags. If you don't know what dry bags are, check them out. They're something that you can throw something in, you roll the top, you clip it together, you can put them in your luggage, you can put them on your motorcycle, you can throw them in a backpack, because what's great is it literally keeps everything inside of it dry. So even if you have a backpack that's supposed to be waterproof or something, you can get a dry bag, throw your laptop and all the things that you need to keep completely dry in it, throw it into the other bag or into your panniers or whatever you want or whatever you got on whatever motorcycle or even mountain bike or anything, and you know you're going to get home with stuff dry. And again, $22. It's a great, great present. I've gotten one of those before from my wife and I was pumped. I use them constantly. All right, coming in at number 9 is basically a twofer. And this is assuming, and we hope, that anybody that rides any type of motorcycle is wearing a helmet. And obviously most helmets have visors, and those visors can be pretty temperamental. Pretty much everyone tells you to only clean them with water, don't use any chemicals or anything on them. And if you do that, they do tend to last quite a while, especially if you use a microfiber towel to clean them. So another great present, inexpensive, thoughtful, is a tiny little water bottle, a squirt bottle, and then a smaller microfiber towel kit. Guys can put them, if you get the one that I'm showing you here, you get 10 bottles and you get 10 towels. So any jackets you have, you can put them in the front pockets. It's a great gift. That way they can clean their lens when they're riding and a big bug splats into it. You squirt, you wipe, you're good to go, and you're not damaging the visor. And they're cheap enough that you can have them in every single jacket. So again, I would not be mad about getting that. All right, and coming in at number 10, I usually listen to music when I ride with in-ear monitors in, and they work pretty well and let me hear the world around me and still give me music. But there are occasions when I just want to go out, clear my head, and just ride with nothing and just hear nature, the engine, and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of times the rush of the wind can be too much and it can damage your hearing. So they make specific earplugs that basically tune out the wind noise but let you hear cars, traffic, and engine noise and stuff like that. And it literally makes riding more pleasurable. When you don't hear that constant in your head, it makes riding without something else there more pleasurable. And again, 20 to 25 bucks, great present. I don't think there's a rider out there that'd be mad about getting those. And the last option, if you're really struggling, you don't have a lot of money to spend, but you'll want to show the person that you care, a kickstand puck. Basically, any kind of a 4-inch circle made out of a hard material, metal, hard plastic, anything, and then just maybe put an insignia on it, draw some art on it or something. But basically, when you're riding a motorcycle and you park in the hot, hot summer, if there's blacktop there, the kickstand can fall into the blacktop. So the kickstand puck just stops them from going in. It's sometimes free, very, very cheap if you look on Amazon and places like that. And again, I don't think there's a person out there that wouldn't appreciate it. All right, so that was it. That was my top 10 tips for Christmas gifts for motorcyclists, for maybe somebody that isn't a motorcyclist, buying them the gifts. Yeah. So I hope that helps. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. Thanks for watching. And remember, if it works, it ain't dumb. See you on the next one.